Now, thousands of people fleeing the Caldor Fire that is in the Sierra Nevada to get to safety. Fire officials are working fiercely to contain the wind-driven inferno. It is racing southwest at this point of Lake Tahoe. They're calling it a pretty good-sized monster. Battalion Chief Chris Vestal is the public information officer with the Caldor Fire, and he is joining us live tonight to talk not only about the dangerous conditions that firefighters are facing, but also I'd like to talk to you about the resources. What are you dealing with in terms of getting what you need and getting what the firefighters need on those front lines?
A couple things with that. We had a relatively small fire on Monday when we first activated one of the management teams. And then quickly that day, based on our extremely dry fuel moistures, which are 2 months ahead of schedule, we're facing October conditions right now, which is leading to that crazy growth that we're seeing each day. We ordered resources, but we still had a small fire. It continued to grow, and now we have a Type 1 team managing our incident. We have larger orders, and we are getting people to arrive at our incident. However, it just does have some time until we can realign all those resources statewide.
Give us an idea of what it's like out there, what you're hearing from teams who come off the fire line, exhausted, fatigued, just worn out mentally and physically, what they are describing they're faced up against.
The biggest challenge we're having on this particular fire is the terrain, and anybody who spent any time in some of the wilderness areas of Northern California and in the Sierra mountain ranges knows how steep some of those canyons are. And that's one of the issues that we're having with creating containment. Normally, we'd like to be right on the fire line, putting water on the fire and creating fuel breaks. However, in this case, because of those terrain, we have to use our bulldozers and our hand crews further away because of the access, which doesn't allow us to be as efficient and as quick at building containment.
What's happening in terms of evacuation? I mean, a couple of days ago, it was in the thousands. Where is this fire burning and where are people going?
So we have about 5,000 people that are currently evacuated. That number continues to increase as the fire changes where it's headed. We've been dealing with south winds predominantly up until about midday today. Then they move from the north and northeast, which pushed the fire back towards the origin, but also towards some populated areas in another area south of the fire. And the biggest thing we want to remind everybody is it's not too early to evacuate. If you get those warnings and those orders, it's time to leave, but you can prepare in advance and make sure you have your car loaded if you're anywhere near a fire so that when you get that order, it's time to leave.
Right. And as you say that, Chris, we're looking at that time-lapse video of that fire just exploding into the air. And as we've seen, a quick wind shift can mean the difference of life and death, certainly for those firefighters. What is the emotional toll on the crews right now in terms of how many hours they're working, what they're faced up against?
Firefighters in California, we expect this type of fire season, and this isn't anything new for us, working continuous days and long hours. But what is surprising is how long some of the incidents are lasting individually. This particular fire, we're in it for the long haul. We expect to have an extended duration attack for several more weeks until this is finally fully contained and we can close it out. But the firefighters, we expect this. We like this work. We find it very purposeful. We want to serve our communities, keep them safe, protect their lives and their property.
Well, you're doing important work. Give our best to all the teams out there. I hope you're getting some rest as well. Chris Vestal, Battalion Chief of Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.